Hosseini Mubarak, ex-deposer of Egypt, died on February 25, aged 91. 3 suffocating decades in power was ended by revolt. But in 1981, one arsonist bullet fired Anwar Sadat at a military parade and propelled Hosseini Mubarak to Egypt's highest office. No one dreamed he would fear it for longer than his two predecessors put together. As then vice president, the foremost Air Force commander has kept the low profile of a stolid, trusted retainer. This was not by accident. Mr. Mubarak was a military man to the core. To his dying breath, he had to the core of silence, dutifully then my Egypt official classes, a torture guide that has quietly run the most populous Arab state, with a brief interruption since seizing power in the coup that chopped Canberra in 1952. In one of its final speeches as president, a week into the 2011 uprising that would soon end his rule, he voted not to flee into exile as Tunis' dictator has week earlier. Egypt should not be a pair until I'm buried in her soul, he said, and it should be. Like many officers of his generation, Mr. Mubarak owed to the armed forces his escape from the provincial working class, shaking and share their grudge against Egypt's cosmopolitan elite and its intellectual ways, getting into the Air Force Academy through the influence of a distant relative, a big landowner in his village. He found excitement flying Spitfire, and later, after almost 3 years training in Soviet Union, Islip and Toby bombers. He was a squadron leader in the early 1960s when Egypt then-President General Abdel Nasser sacked the country in a ruinous effort to bolster the Republican side in Yemen's civil war. Mr. Mubarak, a man almost obsessively protective of personal detail, never revealed whether he himself filled the mission that stuck the coastal town of Gaza and spread Yemen mountains with poison gas. But the Yemeni destruction led Egypt air prepare for the 6th day war of 1967, when Israeli raid destroyed most of its aircraft on the tarmac. In a pair of rare interviews last year, he resumed about his days as soldier and statesman, sharing stories about the solitary Palestinian peace process and the Gulf War. He spoke far less about his presidency. Whatever his inner thoughts, Mr. Mubarak, his black hair long since faded to grey, gave no public reaction to the failures that caused millions of his countrymen and eventually his own allies to turn him. Did he blame his sons, whose greed and ambition alienated not only his people, but crucially his fellow army officials, discipline his Greek intelligence men, or the ever-pointing Muslim brothers or his gentlest American allies? The solid soldier gave nothing away.